I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. So my last reading, I read the beginning of the reign of King Josiah. And in 2 Chronicles, we read something very interesting. And I said I wasn't quite sure why he had done it. And I'm still not exactly sure why, but let us read this again. It says here in verse 4, 2 Chronicles chapter 34, verse 4, "They break down the altars of Balaam in his presence, and the images that were on high above them he cut down, and the groves and the carved images and the molten images he brake in pieces, and made dust of them, and strode it upon the graves of them that had sacrificed unto them." Now the interesting part. "And he burnt the bones of the priests upon their altars, and cleansed Judah and Jerusalem. And so did he in the cities of Manasseh, and Ephraim, and Simeon, even unto Naphtali, with their mattocks round about." So you might recall that he went in, as it says, he destroyed all the altars. He went up into the north, into the land of Samaria, even though Israel has been taken captive by Assyria like 80 years earlier. He is still going up into the north and destroying these altars. And it says he burnt the bones of the priests on their altars. So he's taking the pagan priests, executing them, and then burning them on their own altars. Now I find this interesting because something I forgot about. Back in 1 Kings, way back at the beginning, we have the divided kingdom. Jeroboam becomes king of the north. Rehoboam's king in the south. Jeroboam, in order to prevent his people from having loyalty to Judah and going to the temple there to worship, he set up his two golden calves, one in Bethel, one in Dan. And because of this, Jeroboam was smitten of God. He was rejected. But this is the interesting part. 1 Kings chapter 13. Let's read the first two verses. "And behold, there came a man of God out of Judah by the word of the Lord unto Bethel. And Jeroboam stood by the altar to burn incense. And he cried against the altar in the word of the Lord, and said, O altar, altar, thus saith the Lord, Behold, a child shall be born unto the house of David, Josiah by name, and upon thee shall he offer the priests of the high places that burn incense upon thee, and men's bones shall be burnt upon thee." Josiah is prophesied by name 700-800 years earlier. And this action of Josiah going into the north, destroying the idols, and burning the bones of the priests on the altars was prophesied. Because of Jeroboam's wickedness, he is destroyed, but the altar itself remained until the days of Josiah. And Josiah is the one that was sent in by God to destroy it. Now, we don't know exactly why he decided to go up into the north. He's not king of the north. The northern kingdom was taken captive and foreigners were brought in by Assyria. So we have the Samaritans. The Samaritans are up there. A mixed race. So why does Josiah go up there? Could it be that he read this prophecy and realized that God had appointed him to do this? Maybe a current prophet, such as Zephaniah, commanded Josiah to do this. Told Josiah, look, God gave this prophecy hundreds of years ago. It is time that it was fulfilled. I find it fascinating that Josiah was prophesied by name and that this prophecy was fulfilled to the letter. God ensured. He said it was going to happen, and he made it happen. Exactly how it went down, we are not given those details. But God's words will always be fulfilled. It may take a few years, may take a few centuries, may even take a few millennia, but they will always be fulfilled. And so when people say, oh, God gave this prophecy and it is not yet fulfilled, I don't worry, because it will be. It won't be fulfilled in our time or on our timeline according to our schedule. It will be fulfilled according to the time and schedule of God. And our duty is to have faith, believe. Our faith should not be based on our own perceptions of how prophecy is fulfilled. As I said in a previous video, most of the time we don't know how prophecy will be fulfilled until after it is fulfilled. And we can look back and say, yes, this is what the prophets were talking about. In this case, Josiah is prophesied by name. All they needed to do was wait until there was a king in the line of David named Josiah. And then they could say, hey, this is the fulfillment of this prophecy. Not even in the prophecy, it doesn't even call him a king. It just says a child will arise in the line of David. So again, pay attention to the wording of prophecy. Don't make generalizations. Don't assume that you know what it's talking about. Just wait for it to be fulfilled. And when it is, if you are faithful, God will reveal to you that it is fulfilled and how it was fulfilled. He will tell us. All we have to do is wait. This was just a supplemental to my last video, so I am signing off. Like, subscribe, click the notifications, share, comment, all those good things that help us out. We are making good progress. We are well over 500 now. I think our new goal will be set to 1,000 by October. And we're going to start reading about the great life of Josiah. He was a great man.